ladies and gentlemen, over the last 3 days, there has been a hat-trick of surprises from the BJP political pundits. Anyone who has cleanly watched the rise and expansion of the saffron footprint in the recent 5 state elections will know that everything is by design and nothing is left to chance. On Sunday, Vishnu Deo Sai, a scheduled tribe chief minister, was picked as the Chhattisgarh face. On Monday, OBC face Mohan Yadav was chosen to lead Madhya Pradesh. And finally today, after ending all suspense, it is Bhajan Lal Sharma, an upper caste Brahmin, who has been handpicked for the top job in Rajasthan. While they all seem to be surprise choices, a careful study and deep dive into data will show how this may just be the BJP's caste masterstroke. These three could become the poster boys of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. But before we let the numbers and data do the talking, let's tell you what happened today. After intense parleys from Delhi to Jaipur, BJP finally decided to name Bhajan Lal Sharma as the next Chief Minister of Rajasthan. He is a trusted party member of the BJP chief JP Nadda and is considered close to the party's ideological mentor, the RSS. He will be flanked by 2 deputies, the Rajput royal Diya Kumari, also the woman face, addressing 19% of the women voters voting for the BJP and 9% of the Rajputs who voted for the BJP and the population of Rajputs in the state. Also Premchand Bairwa, who belongs to the scheduled caste community, will represent nearly 18% of the population of scheduled castes in the state. The announcement came over a week after the party registered a resounding victory in the state elections, overthrowing the Congress Sarkar. Bhajan Lal Sharma's appointment marks an end to a 25-year-old trend where the state only witnessed Gehlot and senior BJP leader Vasundhara Raje taking turns to rule the state. But the BJP seems to have pacified the erstwhile chief minister. Listen in to Rajnath Singh say that Raje herself proposed the name of Bhajan Lal Sharma. Listen in.
श्रीमती वसुंधरा राजे के द्वारा श्री भजन लाल शर्मा का नाम प्रस्तावित किया गया और सर्वसम्मत से सभी ने इनका समर्थन किया है और मैं आश्वस्त हूं कि श्री भजन लाल जी शर्मा के नेतृत्व में यह राजस्थान तेजी के साथ प्रगति के पथ पर आगे बढ़ेगा।
मैं इतना विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि राजस्थान की ये जो टीम है, राजस्थान के जो सभी हमारे विधायक हैं, निश्चित रूप से जो राजस्थान की अपेक्षा है हमसे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी से, हम माननीय हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम राजस्थान का पूरी तरह से सर्वांगीण विकास किसी भी क्षेत्र में हो निश्चित रूप से हम पूरा करेंगे।
It's not a surprise. I think BJP always values its karyakartas and gives them responsibility. And it has done the same in, of course, Rajasthan as well, by giving the responsibility to हमारे Bhajan Lal ji ko, who's worked so hard for the party over so many years.
Now let's deep dive into the numbers and decode the BJP's caste calculus. In Chhattisgarh, Vishnu Deo Sai's tribal community holds sway over 32% of the voter base. Of this, 46% of the tribals voted for the BJP, powering their landslide victory in the state. Now look at this pie graphics. Along with Vishnu Deo Sai, there are 2 deputy chief ministers as well. Watch how between 3 of them they hold sway over 82% of the votes. Tribals form 32% of the voters, OBCs are 41%, and upper caste voters make up for 9% of the Chhattisgarh population. So between the 3 of them, they would have influence over 82% of the electorate. Now let's go across to Madhya Pradesh, where the Chief Minister designate Mohan Yadav is a prominent Yadav face from the OBC community. There are about 45 to 48% OBCs in Madhya Pradesh, and there is 42 to 52% population across India. Significantly, 55% of the OBCs voted for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh state polls. A look at the pie chart once again shows you that between Mohan Yadav and his 2 deputies from the Brahmin Brahmin and the Dalit communities, they have influence over 80% of the electorate. Upper caste consists of 15% of the population and Dalits are also roughly about 15%. Together, 80% of the electorate is addressed by these faces. And today the BJP has also picked a Brahmin face, Bhajan Lal Sharma, as the Rajasthan's chief minister designate. The upper caste, which is roughly 25% population in Rajasthan, has voted primarily in support of the BJP. This is after all BJP's traditional vote bank and pan-India account for 22% of the voters. This may be critical for the consolidation of the upper caste votes in 2024. As we told you earlier, Bhajan Lal will have two deputies, Diya Kumari, a Rajput and a woman, and Premchand Berwa, a scheduled caste member. A look at the pie graph now shows that Brahmins comprise 7%, Rajputs are roughly 14%, women another 10%, and SCs are 18%. So together, between the three of them, they would hold about 50% sway over the electorate. However, the careful caste calculus by the BJP has drawn the criticism of the opposition. Watch how Rahul Gandhi and his general take pot shots at the Saffron Party, saying Sabka Saath is a mere stunt. Listen in.
सवाल यह है कि स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर कितनी भागीदारी है। प्रधानमंत्री ओबीसी हैं, मगर सरकार को 90 अफसर चलाते हैं। 90 अफसर में से 3 ओबीसी हैं और जो ओबीसी हैं उनका कोने में ऑफिस है। तो मेरा पॉइंट है कि सरकार का सिस्टम, हमारा इंस्टीट्यूशनल सिस्टम जो है पूरा का पूरा, उसमें ओबीसी की कितनी भागीदारी है, दलितों की कितनी भागीदारी है, आदिवासियों की कितनी भागीदारी है।
जब राहुल जी कास्ट सेंसस के बारे में कह चुके हैं तो एक के बाद एक राज्यों में जो चीफ मिनिस्टर बनते हैं वो उसी समीकरण के मुताबिक बनते हैं, जहां कास्ट मतलब जातिगत समीकरण ठीक रहे, अगले दिन ही कह पाए देखो मैं तो कास्ट समीकरण मान के ही सब कुछ करते हैं, मतलब फिर राहुल जी की आगाहों में मोदी जी चलने लगे।
Meanwhile, in Madhya Pradesh, the Ladli Behnas were tearful with Shivraj Chauhan not becoming the chief minister. Listen in to how they express their emotions.
हम आपको नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
मैं भी कहाँ जा रहा हूँ, मैं भी नहीं छोड़ूंगा।
आपको नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
छोड़ने का
वो वाली बात नहीं है, लेकिन बात जी है कि आपने इतनी मेहनत की और आपने हमने आपके लिए, बहनों ने आपको चुना है, आपको वोट दिया था भैया। मध्य प्रदेश में आप सबकी।
And while they didn't want to let Shivraj Singh go as chief minister, well, another soundbite of Shivraj Singh Chauhan is going viral. Listen in to what he said at a press conference earlier today.
एक बात मैं बड़ी विनम्रता के साथ कहता हूं कि अपने लिए कुछ मांगने जाने से बेहतर मैं मरना समझूंगा, वो मेरा काम नहीं है। इसलिए मैंने कहा था मैं दिल्ली नहीं जाऊंगा। मैंने पहले ही अनेकों बार कहा है कि एक बड़े मिशन के लिए हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी का काम करते हैं, कार्यकर्ता है, और मिशन तय करता है हम कहां रहेंगे।
Well, heartache but party discipline. Are they going side by side unlike in other political parties? Well, the jury is out on that one. And ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight: has Prime Minister Modi put out Sabka Saath brahmastra for the 2024 elections? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour first. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Dr. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, political analyst, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist. Also joining me on the debate, Ashutosh ji, senior journalist and political analyst, Varis Pathan, national national spokesperson of the AIMIM. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, author and suspended Congress leader. And Sanjay Jha, has Prime Minister Modi pulled out a real ace and his trump card with not only deciding the hat-trick victories in these three states and their chief ministers flanked by two deputies, but has he also made the road clear for the message of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas for 2024? Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Navika, good evening. I would like to make two short points, actually. Number one, when you win, and I think the BJP has had an unexpected win in two states, and overall a thumping performance in the Hindi heartland cannot be denied. When you win, everything looks like a master stroke. But I think it's important to put some perspective in our discussion this evening. Let's not forget that the BJP came a third in Telangana, and their alliance partner and the NDA, along with the BJP and the MNF, were defeated in Mizoram very comprehensively. Now, let's look at the three states here. You know, this is an internal problem. So I personally feel that, you know, the choice of chief ministers, etc., is frankly an internal call. But what are the key manifestations that are emerging out? Number one, and that is that end of day, the Congress used to be criticized for being a high command cultured party. I see the BJP actually being extremely centralized and in control of Mr. Shah and Mr. Modi. And while a lot of people, and I don't think that it can be assumed that these three chief ministers will not perform well, but at the moment, the first impressions that one is getting is that Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah want pliable chief ministers. You know, the unknown, unseen faces is a pretty smart trump card. But I think the hidden message there is that I think they do want people who are going to be more docile and demure and not a political threat down the line, who will not listen to the high command of Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. That's the first impression one gets. Now, it's very easy to assume that Vasundhara Raje and Shivraj Chauhan are, you know, pretty much cool and cordial about what's happened. But if you heard Shivraj Singh Chauhan, I can just tell you that he has been instrumental in pulling off the rabbit out of the hat, literally, in Madhya Pradesh. And, you know, he's wiped the feet of, I remember that horrible incident where somebody urinated on a scheduled tribe person. And I think Shivraj Chauhan stepped up there to try and do damage control. His Ladli Behna scheme is apparently a big success. And as you heard, and as you rightly played out, people are very disappointed. And I do believe that Shivraj Singh Chauhan is not old at all. I don't know why they call it a generational shift. The new gentleman, Mr. Yadav, is 58. Shivraj Chauhan is 64. I think part of the same generation. So, you know, these are little intriguing developments. But I do believe that the BJP is sending out one clear message that Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah call the shots. I think the rest of the BJP has literally become under the total control of two people. Now, because it's working, I think the BJP is going to follow the policy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I'm sure there is going to be a lot of internal dissatisfaction within the party.
Okay.
And I do believe
all right.
that yeah.
All right. Internal dissatisfaction. It almost seems that you know more about the BJP than about the Congress itself. But Ajay Alok, अधीर रंजन चौधरी says आप जाति जनगणना और जाति बैलेंसिंग जो कर रहे हैं, that you are taking from Rahul Gandhi's book, and on the other side pliable chief ministers is the charge by Sanjay Jha. Please respond.
Well, it seems to me, Navika, that Sanjay Bhai is not doing introspection for Congress, but is rather more interested in BJP. He very conveniently said we lost Mizoram. We won Mizoram 2 seats, but your Congress party is absolutely wiped off there. Your main concern should be like Rahul Gandhi is just surrounded by the coterie of communists. You also know it better, instead of people like you who are sitting on the TV and advising Congress, but no one is heeding to it. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party goes, it's a cadre-driven party. You also know that. And pliable chief minister is never a concept. When Narendra Modi was made a chief minister in 2002, what did Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Advani ji thought? That he's going to be a pliable chief minister who will listen to the high command. Every chief minister, by saying this, you are just lowering down the respect for the chair of the Chief Minister. And don't forget, all our first-timer Chief Minister have done excellent job. May it be Khattar Sahab, may it be Devendra Fadnavis, may it be Raghuvar Das, may it be now Pushkar Singh Dhami, or for that matter, Yogi. Can you name any one of them as a pliable Chief Minister? It's a discipline in the party where the state leadership has to go in accordance with the central leadership. We don't have something like that we are calling a Chief Minister and the Chief Minister is not sort of responding like what happened in Rajasthan. So that should be something of more concern for Sanjay Jha. And as far as Bharatiya Janata Party goes, it's not a caste balancing at all. We have just picked up the Karyakartas from every state who are very much capable of taking the state forward and without ignoring any senior leadership. What Shivraj Singh Chauhan has done in the last 18 years to Madhya Pradesh is for everyone to see that how he has steered Madhya Pradesh on a path of development, that when he inherited the state, the Madhya Pradesh was underdeveloped. Today it is nearly developed. So that credit of Shivraj Singh Chauhan will go always with him. And as far as utilizing his services, we are not making him sit idle in the house. It's a very big organization in the largest democracy of the world. This is the largest party in the world. And we have too much of work. And people like Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be utilized at every level. So I think that should not be any of your concern. Now what we are interested in, what we are happy, that with the 3 states, we have a double engine ki sarkar. Now the pace will develop. And as far as the caste calculation and arithmetic, what political pundits keeps on doing, that this is going to do this is going to do that. Let me answer you this one thing. Whenever you talk of Yadav, what image you get in front of your face? Either you get Mulayam Singh Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav, or you get Lalu Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav. Now here is a Karyakarta, Mohan Yadav, who is coming up. And when he'll address the people, he will say, Namaskar, मैं Mohan Yadav, Mukhyamantri Madhya Pradesh. आपका आशीर्वाद लेने आया हूं. And nobody, including in this panel, nobody knows his father's name. This is what differentiates BJP from Parivarwad politics. So this is the message you wanted to give. That if Yadav, why not from Karyakarta? Why only from a family? But the problem with you guys, chahe Sanjay Jha Congress or RJD or for SP or for that matter, any India alliance, they are not ready to leave this Parivarwad. ये समाजवाद परिवारवाद में कब बदला, इनको खुद नहीं याद है. And now the total batting is for Parivarwad.
So let me get in Ashutosh ji. And Ashutosh ji, very, very important statement being made by Ajay Alok there. Yadav, the Chief Minister in Madhya Pradesh, message goes to UP and Bihar. And isn't that the politics, isn't that the decision that the messaging for 2024 becomes clear? Not just the messaging, even the strategy of the BJP is crystal clear, and that strategy has begun, to sort of put all the bricks in their place for the 2024 elections. Can anybody find fault with the formula that the BJP has used as its brahmastra?
Brahmastra, I do not know, because I'm not aware of Brahma, because Brahma is indescribable. Let's not get into that.
चलिए विष्णु, मोहन, भजन से कुछ आपको पता चले तो आप वो सोच लीजिए.
हाँ बिल्कुल, उससे तो पता चलता ही है. लेकिन दो चीजें हैं, and I think it's very important, because what the BJP has done, obviously there is a caste calculation, and the caste calculation is done under the with the reference in the context of the caste census, which has been raised as a big issue by the India Gathbandhan. There is no doubt about it. This is basically a response to that, a political response to that, and it's a good response. There is no doubt about it. But just because you have appointed somebody with the name of Mohan Yadav and or Bhajan Lal Sharma, that does not mean that the entire caste voters will come and vote to BJP just because there is a Mohan Yadav. That's a myth which has been made in this country, and unfortunately, it depends on the competence of the person. Lalu Prasad Yadav in early 80s, nobody thought that one day he will be such a big crowd puller in Bihar politics and he will dominate Bihar politics. Nobody has given him. He was probably came from one of the poorest families in Bihar, but he built the entire party. His party remained in power for 15 years, and later a formidable force in Bihar because he was competent enough. So let's not berate him, or let's not belittle him by calling him as Lalu Prasad Yadav in some other context.
All right, then let me ask you, Rabdi ji, there because of her competence?
Can I ask a similar question? Is Jai Shah there because of the competence?
He's not in politics. You're comparing apples and oranges.
No, I'm not comparing apple and oranges.
No, Chief. No, you are. Ajay Alok, can you compare the two entities that Ashutosh ji is talking about? Simply because politics is people's choice. Rabdi Devi, was she the people's choice, or did she make it to the chief minister's position because of her merit? That's a fundamental question here.
You're right, Navika ji, you're absolutely right. But the point here is that you will have too many broken hearts in the days to come. So who will air their frustration out by saying this and that. Like what Ashutosh just now said, Lalu Yadav came from one of the most poor families of Bihar. What is the current situation, sir? Lalu Yadav is one of the biggest feudal family of the Bihar and one of the most richest family in the Bihar, with every son and daughter filing returns to the tunes of 30 crores, with a declared property asset value of 300 crores. Is politics a mean for a very poor family to have a declared assets of 200 to 300 crores and face DA cases and to face charges? If that is the point of doing politics, well, then what we are saying is absolutely correct, and Ashutosh should justify it. Yes, get that what Lalu Yadav and his family amassed the wealth, that is because of the sheer hard work. They were very working. They had big business. No, it's just corruption. Parivarvad means corruption, and they are epitome of corruption. There is no doubt about it. And Rabdi Devi, comparing Rabdi Devi and Jai Shah is absolutely two different things, which cannot be because what Navika right now said, comparing orange and apples. But I can understand right now, many more broken hearts will come in days to come. I don't mind that.
Can I
Okay,
Navika,
Ashutosh, quick rebut.
Yes, quick rebut. I think you said it rightly. They are in politics. क्या किसी ने लालू यादव को मुख्यमंत्री की कुर्सी भीख में दी थी क्या? नहीं, मैंने लालू यादव का नाम नहीं उठाया, आपने उठाया. मैंने राबड़ी जी का नाम उठाया था. Navika, let me complete. Alok was given a chance to complete himself. Let me complete. They won election. When the Rabdi Devi was the chief minister, the people of Bihar had given mandate to the Rabdi Devi to remain chief minister, not for one term, but 2 terms. So Ajay Alok and the BJP should look within. Why the people of Bihar had not given even once mandate to BJP to form government there? Not once in last 30 years. And they have been piggybacking on the Nitish Kumar. They have no mandate of the people. They are deriding, they are criticizing, they are insulting, intimidating, trying to threaten, and casting all kinds of aspersions to the leaders who command respect in the OBCs, and they are popular leaders. So please don't do that. Don't belittle and insult Lalu Yadav because he comes from a OBC family. Don't do that. It's a wrong tactic. Secondly, Jai Shah has not contested election to become over there. He's appointed there, and because everybody knows why he's there. I'm not disrespect to Jai Shah. I'm not disrespect to Amit Shah, but at least Rabdi Yadav became chief minister after contesting and winning the mandate of the people. Don't forget it. That's what I'm saying. Jai Shah, with all due respect, he's there because of his father.
Ajay Alok.
Give me 10 seconds, Navika.
Yes, Ajay Alok.
First of all, very conveniently, you forget the facts. Ashutosh, you very conveniently forget the facts. Lalu Yadav amassed his majority on his own in 1995. He went to jail in 1997 when Rabdi Devi was made CM. In 2000 election, Rabdi Devi didn't get a mandate. Congress-supported government was formed there, where Congress, all 27 Congress MLAs were made minister. That was the bet for it, for supporting the RJD. And do you want to say that being an OBC is a guarantee for doing corruption? Being an OBC gives you a certificate that you can do corruption and you can amass wealth? Is that what being an OBC meant? That you are saying don't insult Lalu Yadav? What I have said about Lalu Yadav? I said that he's a convicted. He has amassed wealth. It's a declared asset on which DA cases have gone. Where this wealth came from? And being an OBC, you justify corruption. What kind of a logic this is?
हर्षवर्धन त्रिपाठी, आपसे मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूं कि यहाँ कहा जा रहा है कि राबड़ी देवी जी जनता के मैंडेट से आई थी, नंबर 1, एंड नंबर 2 दैट द पीपल चोजन टुडे बाय द बीजेपी वो आला कमांड के अपॉइंटमेंट से आए हैं। इन दोनों के बीच में सही क्या है?
देखिए नविका जी, मैं तो बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित हूं आज। आमतौर पर ऐसा नहीं होता है कि इतना बड़ा कोई सुनने को मिले कि एकदम से अचरज में आ जाऊं। लेकिन अगर कोई ये कहे कि राबड़ी देवी किसी मैंडेट से आई थी तो फिर हम क्या कहेंगे? फिर तो हम यही कहेंगे ना कि मतलब क्या कहें, हम कुछ बोलने लायक नहीं, निशब्द हो गए हम। और इस तरह का बचाव शायद पता नहीं राष्ट्रीय जनता दल के लोग भी नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि लालू यादव को कोई इंसल्ट नहीं कर रहा था। मैं तो आशुतोष जी का गुस्सा देख के आश्चर्यचकित हूं, हतप्रभ हूं, लेकिन मैं विषयांतर नहीं करूंगा। और मुझे शोले फिल्म का एक वो डायलॉग याद आ रहा है, जो असरानी हम अंग्रेजों के जमाने के जेलर हैं, आधे इधर जाओ आधे उधर जाओ, बाकी मेरे पीछे आओ। तो जो जातिवादी राजनीति करने की कोशिश राहुल गांधी ने की, वो उसी दशा में पहुंचते दिख रहे हैं। लग रहा है कुछ मिलने वाला है नहीं। और देखिए संकट है, संकट सचमुच विपक्ष के सामने बड़ा है। आप ये कह सकते हैं कि नरेंद्र मोदी ने तय कर लिया, सबको मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया, लेकिन नरेंद्र मोदी ने तय किया, वो सब के सब लोग आरएसएस संघ पृष्ठभूमि के हैं, बरसों बरस पार्टी में कैडर में काम करते रहे हैं और यहां किसी की कृपा से नहीं बन रहे हैं। और जो लोग नहीं जानते हैं वो ये कह सकते हैं, लेकिन मैं तो जानता हूं भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जिस तरह का सामूहिक निर्णय होता है, इसकी कल्पना किसी सामान्य व्यक्ति के लिए नहीं की जा सकती। वो सोचेगा कि मोदी ने तय कर लिया होगा, तानाशाह मोदी ने फोन उठाया, कहा इसको बना दो। ऐसा नहीं होता है। अगर ऐसा होता तो विष्णुदेव साय, मोहन यादव और भजन लाल शर्मा जैसे नाम नहीं आते। आज आप भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कैडर से बात कीजिए तो आपको समझ में आएगा नरेंद्र मोदी ने किस नब्ज को पकड़ लिया है। जो कोई ये कहता है 5 साल 10 साल 15 साल मुख्यमंत्री हो गए उसके बाद छोड़ना नहीं है, कांग्रेस यही करती थी और उसके बाद वो बर्बाद होती चली गई। जिस पार्टी ने समय के साथ अपने कैडर का, अपने कार्यकर्ताओं की भावनाओं का ख्याल नहीं किया, पत्रकारों को सुनने लगी, वो पार्टी पूरी तरह से खत्म हो गई। इसको समझिए, राजनीति नेता करेगा और नेता की राजनीति कार्यकर्ता चलाएगा। पत्रकारों की टिप्पणी से राजनीति नहीं चलती। और ये मैं बार बार कहता हूं, हमारा काम जो दिख रहा है उसका विश्लेषण करना है। राबड़ी देवी जनता के मैंडेट से आई, मैं तो अचरज में हूं, अब और क्या कहूंगा।
मुझे लगता है कि जब चुनाव दूसरी बार हुआ तब शायद आपने ध्यान नहीं दिया। वो चुनाव राबड़ी देवी के नेतृत्व में लड़ा गया था, शायद आपको अंदाजा नहीं है। और राबड़ी देवी बिहार के सामने रखी गई थी मुख्यमंत्री के उम्मीदवार के तौर पर, और तब वो चुनी गई थी। अब आप लोग अगर किसी
आशुतोष जी अक्सर जब पहली बार कोई बनता है उसका विश्लेषण होता है, उसके बाद की लेजिटिमाइजेशन की स्टोरी लंबी है और हम 1997 से 2023 की बात कर सकते हैं। इफ वी हैव द टाइम वी कैन सिट फॉर 3 hours and we can debate that. But on the first call when Rabri Devi was made was only when Lalu Prasad Yadav was going to jail and he handed over the reins of Bihar to Rabri Devi. Point proved, point is part of history. QED, let me get in Waris Pathan. Waris Pathan ji, sabka saath sabka vikas. And this is the caste combination that the Prime Minister has voted for. And the biggest point that is made by Harshvardhan Tripathi ji is the point कि कार्यकर्ता कल मुख्यमंत्री बन सकता है, ये करके दिखाया है। इसीलिए आज जो पार्टी के लिए काम कर रहे हैं उन सबको एक मैसेज है कि सबका हक है एंड सबकी एस्पिरेशन है जो ऊपर तक ले जा सकती है। एंड द प्राइम मिनिस्टर इन 2014 said this is a country of aspirations, it is an aspirational India, and today every karyakarta can fulfill his aspiration. I want to ask you, will you actually call this a brahmastra? Because Ashutosh ji brahmastra के बारे में ज्यादा जानते नहीं।
Well, Navika, let me tell you, the results were declared on the 3rd. Today it's almost 12. For so many days, the BJP could not get a CM's face. Now they have got 3 people who have just CM Many congratulations to them, but they are appointed merely on the basis of caste calculation. That is what I think. They are not appointed on the basis of their talent or on the basis of any credentials to them. Why was Shivraj Singh Chauhan sidelined? Why was the Rajya sidelined? Were they only capable of campaigning for the elections? Were they not capable of taking the state forward? Why? This is the question which is asked, because I think so people feel that Modi is not very much comfortable with the senior leaders. He's doubtful about them. That is why new faces have come. And now you spoke about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Modi always says about that. He speaks about women empowerment. Now tell me, did the BJP government in the 3 states could not find a single woman to run the state? They have appointed a deputy CM. Why not a CM? So now in our country, only Mamta Didi is the lady CM in the country now. So where do we go, Navika? And secondly, let me tell you what is credentials. Credentials and credibility are those which we see in Telangana, which we saw just recently when Akbaruddin Owaisi was appointed as the pro-tem speaker by the governor. But the BJP MLAs did not take oath. They did not follow the constitution. They said, no, why is he appointed? The Congress said they are the BJP's B team. The BJP now says we are the B team of the Congress. First, let them sit down and decide. They don't know. Akbar Owaisi was appointed the pro-tem speaker by the governor because he's the 6th-time MLA. He is the senior most MLA, even with the largest margin. That is credit. That is the credibility of a person. That is how they appoint him. But they did not take 8 MLAs from the BJP, did not take oath. They are merely saying because Akbar Owaisi is involved in this, no, you cannot take the credibility from him. Nor the Congress. They are both are 2 sides of the same coin. They came up with the thing that no, he is appointed by the governor.
के साइड है वारिस पठान जी, ये तो बता दीजिए. A man who wants women to be in hijab, who doesn't want them to go for education but be loyal to the hijab, is today so worried about women. Anand Ranganathan, ये क्या हो रहा है? ये क्या हो रहा है? इनको महिलाओं की इतनी चिंता. Women, how many MLAs did they feel who were women? How many of them in their own party have women have reached any position in their own party? Anand Ranganathan, can you please tell Varis Pathan, he's your good friend?
Many.
Now, Pathan sir, please, I did not interrupt you and I'm coming after half an hour. Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Navika. मुझे तो लगता है जैसे हर्षवर्धन जी ने जो शोले का एक एनालॉजी ली, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे पैनलिस्ट हैं जो कि जब टॉस करते हैं तो शोले का कॉइन होता है, दोनों तरफ जीत जाते हैं ये. Let me just make 3 points very briefly. First of all, my heartiest congratulations to Pathan Sahab and his party for the appointment, although briefly, of pro-tem speaker of Akbaruddin Owaisi साहब. बहुत अच्छा कहा था उन्होंने कि 15 मिनट हटा दो पुलिस, तब दिखा देंगे मुसलमान की हिंदूज को क्या हम क्या हैं. बहुत अच्छा कहा था. मैं इस पे बिल्कुल उनके वो नहीं करता. बहुत congratulations. Number 2, Navika, I have to congratulate all the 3 new faces that are who are now the BJP chief ministers. I think it's quite incredible. It has to be applauded beyond all the cynicism. You look at the faces and it is with, I don't know, a touch of, you can call it happiness, not just surprise, that nobody, mostly people even in the BJP did not know their names, the names of these chief ministers barely an hour before they became the chief minister. And that is something to be applauded. And that is, I would say, something that Narendra Modi's modus operandi is. And he's done this time after time, state after state. And this is something good. I don't know why people are being, wishy-washy about it. Number 2, and this is very important. My friend Ashutosh, I mean, what does he think? Are we living in the Stone Age that we will not know and he can say anything he wants? He was shamelessly defending Rabri Devi when she actually got elected, but when she became the chief minister, she was anointed the chief minister by Lalu Prasad Yadav, who had to resign. What were her credentials then? That is the question that Ashutosh has very cleverly sidelined and said, look, let's not talk about that. Well, if you're talking about Jai Shah and Amit Shah, you're talking about dynasty, you're talking about nepotism, and you're completely not talking about Rabri Devi being anointed. She didn't even want to be the chief minister. And number 2, this is the same Ashutosh, my good friend, who did a very creditable thing, that he did not disclose what his caste was, he did not disclose what his surname was when he was fighting the election. It disappoints me that the same Ashutosh is now dividing everything on caste lines, कि ये इतने OBC हैं, ये इतने ST हैं. अरे भाई, आपने खुद इलेक्शन लड़ा, अपनी कास्ट नहीं बताई, और आप कह रहे हैं कि जो कास्ट जो लड़ रहा है इलेक्शन वो कास्ट पता है. एंड फाइनली, नाविका, 30 seconds, very very important thing. time and again on this debate. And you had Mr. Chaudhary saying कि Modi is finally listening to Rahul Gandhi. जितनी आबादी उतना हक. अरे भाई थोड़ा लॉजिक से बात कर लो भाई. ब्राह्मण्स की आबादी राजस्थान में 5.5% है. अगर जितनी आबादी उतना हक होता तो एक ब्राह्मण को चीफ मिनिस्टर बनाते. So, sometimes political analysts and politicians, of course, they get so cynical. Chit bhi meri, pad bhi meri. Heads I win, tails you lose. Why don't they answer this question? 35% of Rajasthan population is SC/ST.
All right. Hands going up. Sanjay Jha first and then Ashutosh.
Yeah. And Navika, 2 short points, because, you have talked about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. I actually was going to say exactly what Anand has just mentioned on your show. If you look at the population of Brahmins in Rajasthan, they're less than 10%. I think they're around 7%, not 5%, they're 7%. Now, can you imagine the BJP, if you look at Rajasthan itself, you are making somebody a chief minister who actually is a very minority, if you look at it from the caste perspective of Rajasthan. So truly not a representative call. And just because they want to create a national narrative, you might be actually not doing justice to what the voters of Rajasthan wanted. I hope by the Lok Sabha time, the opposition is able to leverage this reality. The second point, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. One data point, Navika, is very relevant for today's conversation. 200 million Muslims in India, ask them that question. Not a single MLA, not a single MP in Raj Sabha, Lok Sabha, MLC, MLA across the country fielded by the BJP who succeeded. That tells you the brazen politics of what I call as nothing but a majoritarian obsession of Mr. Modi and his party that is destructive to the soul of India. I believe it's destructive to the soul of India. It is against the constitutional, what I call as morality of this country, that a leading political party which has been empowered for so long refuses to entertain a very core community of our country. I mean, they are part of our culture, our character, our entire synthetic
All right.
being.
Navika, can I
all right. You respond, Anand Ranganathan, but also first counter coming from Ashutosh, and then you respond to both of them.
Okay.
Ashutosh.
मुझे नहीं मालूम कि आनंद रंगनाथन की जाति क्या, उनकी कास्ट क्या है, बट मैं ये मान के चलता हूं कि उनकी वो कास्ट नहीं है जो इथियोपियन. वेरी गुड. The fact of the matter is what? I removed my caste, but the whole BJP had made my caste known to everybody in this country. That's the problem in this country. The problem is when Mohan Yadav is chosen as a chief minister, the Yadav surname becomes very important, and BJP always claims not politics. No.
Kejriwal disclosed your caste and said he's from the Agarwal community. It was Kejriwal, not BJP.
Have patience. So, when Mohan Yadav becomes the chief minister, BJP goes tom-tom. Everybody says, look, Yadav ko bana diya. Ab to UP Bihar ki politics khatam ho gaya. And then the prime minister says and the BJP says, hum to caste ke naam pe politics nahi karte hain. और जब द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी बनती है देश की राष्ट्रपति, तो पूरे देश को कहा जाता है, देखो हमने आदिवासी को बना दिया, पहली आदिवासी को बना दिया, और फिर कहते हैं हम जाति के नाम पे पॉलिटिक्स नहीं करते, हम धर्म के नाम पे राजनीति नहीं करते. अरे इस हिपोक्रेसी को खत्म करो ना. बोलो देखो कास्ट इस देश की रियलिटी है. दैट्स अ रियलिटी. If we all are so concerned about the casteism in this country, let's drop our surname. Let's take a neutral surnames. Can you do this, Anand Ranganathan, right here? Please do it. Announce on the national talent. I'm against casteism. I'm renouncing my caste, and from now onwards, nobody will know my caste.
But you fought your election on the basis of caste, which was put out by your party. So you can denounce your caste later, before, but during the election, your caste was very much there. So suddenly to become so pious,
10 seconds.
Now, Ashutosh, you had yours.
No. Anand and Harshvardhan Tripathi coming in. Anand first.
Yes, first of all, it is very specious for Ashutosh to blame BJP for everything. He was blaming BJP even for Rabri Devi. He is blaming BJP for disclosure when clearly it was Aam Aadmi Party that disclosed not only Kejriwal, but Ashutosh And Yadav, this other person who fought, who said Salim, I was called Salim. So they did this to garner votes. Secondly, the more important thing, what Sanjay said, I want to have a very brief this thing. At least Sanjay agrees that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was wrong when he says that Modi is listening to Rahul Gandhi, jitni abadi utna haq. And when he chooses a chief minister who's from a 5.5 to 6 or 7% population of Rajasthan, so at least admit that. Number two, when Sanjay says that where are we heading with this, where no Muslim MLA, I want to ask him, is it not true that Congress in Rajasthan fielded only 10% women candidate while demanding 33% reservation? Is it not true that they fielded only 2 candidates as Muslims? And how many Muslim MLAs have Telangana got now from Congress? पहले अपने गिरिबान में झांक के देखो before you accuse others.
And let me ask Waris Pathan, जिनको women का इतना चिंता हो रहा था, women's reservation bill के तो खिलाफ आपने वोट किया, Waris Pathan. And here, घड़ियाली आंसू, crocodile tears here on television.
We were never against the women's reservation bill. We said that women's reservation bill must include the OBC and the Muslim women. What is the harm in that? Why they should not be included in that? That is what our objection was. Now coming back to the other point, my good friend Anand Ranganathan just said that OBC, just now he said that Akbar OBC ka 15 minutes ka, he just recollected that he. So let me tell you, Amit Shah, what was he called? Tadipar. He became the Home Minister of the country. What was Modi's involvement in the 2002 riots of Gujarat? Everybody knows today is the Prime Minister. Akbar Owaisi is exonerated of all the charges from the hate speeches. He faced the trial for 12 years. And after recording the evidence, after listening to both the sides, the arguments, the judge had clear-cut given him an acquittal. And today he's
with a lot of help from the Telangana government, which never, appealed against that verdict. But you know all that, Waris Pathan, when you put out your rhetoric. Harshvardhan Tripathi ji, आज फाइनल कमेंट मैं आपसे लूंगी. ये जाति जनगणना का आंसर है या जाति जनगणना के ट्रैप में बीजेपी फंस गई है? नंबर 1. नंबर 2, जब पुराना चेहरा दिया जाता है तो सब कहते हैं इनके पास तो कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है पुराने चेहरे. जब नया चेहरा दिया जाता है, भाई पुरानों को आप क्यों निकाल रहे हैं? चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी. बीजेपी चलनी चाहिए तो कांग्रेस के इशारे से या AIMIM के इशारे से. एनी ऑफ दीज क्रिटिसिज्म्स, ये कोई स्टैंड करते हैं?
नविका जी, सबसे पहले तो ये मैं 2-3 फैक्ट बता दूं. जब ये राहुल गांधी राजनीति में आए थे, 2004 से वो सांसद हैं और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने 2004 में बाबूलाल गौर, जो हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश के प्रतापगढ़ जिले के यादव हैं, उनको मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया था. तो कृपा करके अधीर रंजन चौधरी तो लंबी राजनीति है, उनको इतना ध्यान में रहना चाहिए, तब यादव मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया था. तो मुझे लगता है कि जो लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये ओबीसी पॉलिटिक्स किसी अखिलेश यादव, किसी लालू यादव या किसी राहुल गांधी के दबाव में कर रही है, वो इसका मतलब कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी नरेंद्र मोदी और राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ को समझ ही नहीं पा रहे. दूसरी बात ये कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी जाति की बात नहीं करती. मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, आप पूरी डिबेट में देख लीजिए, आप जितने भी लोग मुख्यमंत्री बने हैं, बीजेपी ने नहीं कहा कि हमने इनको इसलिए मुख्यमंत्री बनाया. लेकिन चूंकि जाति के आधार पर राजनीति करने की कोशिश करने वाले लोग कह रहे हैं कि बीजेपी ने इसलिए किया, तो पैरेलल खड़ा होगा अखिलेश यादव के सामने, पैरेलल खड़ा होगा तेजस्वी यादव के सामने. और भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपने कोर वोटर्स को भी, और सबसे ज्यादा ब्राह्मण जाति के लोग उत्तर प्रदेश में हैं जातीय तौर पर, लेकिन वहां ब्राह्मण मुख्यमंत्री नहीं है. और जब कल्याण सिंह को भी मुख्यमंत्री बनाया गया था, तब भी किसी ने आवाज नहीं उठाई कि मेरी जाति का मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बना. ये लड़ाई 2024 की 2 लोगों के बीच में होनी है. एक जातियों में बांट कर देखना चाहते हैं, एक कह रहा है हिंदू है, उसके अलावा कोई नहीं. अब आप तय कर लीजिए कौन जीतने जा रहा है.
Well, we leave it at that. Is this the message that goes out from Prime Minister Modi? Is this picture perfect as a campaign for the 2024 elections? Chief Ministers and Deputy Chief Ministers in 3 states, message to all of India. What is going to work, what is not? Well, for that, it is the Janta, it is the public who will be the decision maker. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to my panelists joining me on debate number 1.